Una good morning. Uriado Pataki, Benin people. This video now for now. So for some few days now, they follow up the issue of the the trend about the palace and the state governor. And I'm going to be very unbiased on this issue because it's a very sensitive issue and it gets two sides. So follow me. Now, some parties they argue. No, before they start to they argue, the people will loot our palace treasury way back. They realize say life, they cannot be a good example if they still get the record of theft. They realize say for a civilization to grow, they must wait in face the consequences of their past, deal them squarely, resolve any issue, and move on rightfully. So these people got decide now, say, okay, they won't return these artifacts. Now, they say they won't return artifacts. Instead of everybody to just joyously receive this thing, it could cause issues among the palace and the state governor. Now, some people they argue, say, these objects, these artifacts, they belong to the Oba Palace, they belong to the royal court, and they should be kept there. Some they argue, say, no, they're supposed to take and go museum because these things are precious and should be kept and preserved in a place that it can be open to what? Review, study, it can be open to different offspring where will come. They think all the cause issue. I could say, wait. You show some people they reason straight. The reason you and I remember these artifacts, it's not because when they thief them, they can't go put for the palace of the queen. None of these single artifacts remained in the bosom of any European kings. They were placed in a place that every artifact, no matter how valuable it is, should be placed, which is called a museum. There's a reason a museum was built for things like this. Even Christians get Christian museum. Rome get museum. Not be everything that they keep for pontiff room. Where am I going to? The truth of the matter is, whether they bring this thing, keep am for Oba Palace or museum, it is not my bone of contention. My own be saying, if left for me alone, I for like me they leave these things for where they rest, for the weather where they do, where they cool. Because we not get maintenance culture as a people. Socially speaking, we not get maintenance culture. There is no guarantee say those things go dey preservable. Now the standard fact, because if they could be preserved, therefore not loot them in the first place. We not get the capacity to keep things. That is the statement of fact, regardless of wherever they want to put them. But if now they are proposing that they should put it in a museum, which I believe is the best, because let's be honest, those artifacts now artifacts where every enlightened Edolite go like take a view of, see, understand why we were called great in the past. And you and I know, say, we not go Oba Palace, go to look these things. Not unless you want to turn Oba Palace to museum. So we go just know, say, palace, now museum be the palace. And even look the proximity between the palace and the museum in Edo State for Ring Road there, for goodness sake. They enter Okada from Oba Palace to museum. Let's be realistic. So why are we fighting? Why are we arguing? Why? It does not make sense. So Tiwebi said they take all those things how many years now? Are you trying to tell me now, say they have not been great sculptors, great bronze men in Benin since the time where they loot those ones? So are you trying to tell me now, say the Obas, they say those things are carving of Obas, another deity, another royalty for the palace? So are you trying to tell me now, since they loot those ones, no kings don't rule Benin for us to get good order, in fact, improve bronze work? I don't understand. Why are we chained? It baffles me, man. It baffles me. They never even return the thing. Already fight. Already argue over what? Bronze, carved bronze that have nothing. That's nothing except history and story. Say the thief am from Oba Palace. That's basically it. And if it is returned to the Oba Palace, it will have no other significance again, because who want to go to watch am for Oba Palace? Nobody really, unless now the Oba and in children and in royalty, the chiefs will go get the opportunity to go into the palace. But if we must preserve the knowledge behind these artifacts, the only right place for them today is a museum, which is securely and open to the public. That is the only way. It is a statement of fact. So my own is, I go suggest they bring them back, put them for a museum commissioned by the Oba for peace to reign. That is just how it ought to be. That's just how it ought to be. So I don't see any reason why they fight Obaseki or Obaseki they go against the Oba. We are one. We all of us now, we are one. Now our own. It's all the artifacts, the works. Not be the Oba of those times. Now carved those things. Those things were carved by sculptors of Benin land. Baffles me, man. Baffles me how the black man reason.